You're not living, you're existing. By the time I pay rent, I'm left with $18 a day. And that has to cover every other bill.
As we enter a recession for the first time in almost 3 decades, the Morrison government is making changes to how it deals with Australia's jobless, and there are fears of a return to harsher New Start era measures.
We're now on the road back. It's not about going further down, Mr. Speaker, in terms of the supports that are necessary. It's now about being on the road back.
These new changes will impact more than 1.5 million Aussies who are now unemployed and relying on JobSeeker and JobKeeper payments, as deadline extensions past September look more and more unlikely.
APRA, the banking regulator chair, Wayne Byers, with the Reserve Bank governor, they're all saying the same thing. It's completely untenable for the JobKeeper payments to fall off a cliff in September, for the JobSeeker payments to be wound back in September.
JobSeeker is in place until the end of September, and the Australian government, our government, will continue to provide the support that is necessary.
From July, exemptions to cushion many of the harsher aspects of JobSeeker are being wound back. Those on JobSeeker will start having to undertake mutual obligation requirements, a feature of the previously criticised New Start payment. This means you must attend appointments with an employment services provider either online or over the phone. The Treasury is also reviewing JobKeeper, and the government is not ruling out changes which would be unveiled at or before a budget update on July 23. These could include ceasing or reducing JobKeeper for businesses whose turnovers have recovered and lowering the payment if the recipient earned less in their job before receiving the $1,500 a fortnight subsidy. Some are worried about a return to the harsh New Start era system, and there are now calls for the government not to reinstate it. Under the compliance system, some job hunters had to apply for 20 jobs a month, participate in work for the dole, and attend regular appointments with providers, all not to have their next payment suspended.
They're applying for job after job after job, and many of them just don't get a look in.
I'd rather be working, but trying to get a job is not easy when there's so many people looking.
When the Morrison government introduced JobSeeker in response to the pandemic, it effectively doubled the amount of money provided to those who were unemployed. Many are now concerned payments will be wound back to their previous rate. Beyond September, the government is moving towards tailored support packages for industry sectors, such as international tourism, which will require extended support. It has already cut short JobKeeper's availability for the childcare sector and replaced it with a $708 million transition package.